And then Jeff does an incredible closing, and I feel stupid. You know, I'm like, I come out and I'm like, all right, we have to have a conversation about what it's going to be, and we have to get real, and we have to change from all this absorption into broadcasting it, and we have to get real. Trevor, lose some of the Vegas if you could. Trevor's the lighting guy. Good. A little bit more real. Because we're a bunch of CEOs in here, and one thing that I've learned as I read is, as CEO of this company, and it kind of blows me away that I can say that I'm the CEO of a company and filling an arena with all the people who work with me. It's weird. But here's what I know, that it's all my fault when it goes wrong. Literally. Everything that goes wrong as it relates to Beachbody, to Team Beachbody, to Beachbody Live, to Beachbody On Demand, when it goes wrong, it's my fault. When a package arrives at your house and it looked like somebody literally threw it off the Matterhorn, that's my fault. When you call customer service and you have to go through 4 people who probably speak 4 different dialects of English, and you're still unsatisfied, that is my fault. When a bag of Shakeology shows up in the box and it has literally exploded, that's my fault. When you have to reach your entire hand of your body down to the bag to get the scoop, that's your fault. No, that's my fault. It's all my fault. Nothing prepares you to be the CEO except being the CEO. That's what I've come to learn. There is no CEO school, and you're going through the same thing. You're the CEOs, and here's the funny thing about that. The second you get the title of CEO, and you are all the CEOs of, once you become a coach, you become the CEO of your own business, everybody expects you to know what to do, and how to solve problems, and how to deal with blame and rejection without ever letting it affect you. You need to be able to know what phone number, what person, what product, when it's releasing, what time, what web address, what URL, what Facebook group. You have to know. We put an app out, and 10 minutes later, you have to know how to master it, and we don't even know how to get it on Android. Welcome to the club of being the CEO. I know what's my fault, and I take responsibility for it, and you know what's your fault. But here's the thing. You sort of have 2 ways to go. You can suffer it as the CEO. You can go through this aspect of being a professional in this business, and you can completely suffer when somebody returns the product, or they don't finish the program, or they reject you. And you will suffer it, because I suffer it. When we put a show up, when something doesn't sell through, Shalene talked yesterday about Shalene Extreme. We really did put millions of dollars, because we had so much faith in that program, but we couldn't get the efficiencies of TV media to work. And we suffered when people rejected that. And I took it really personally, just like I think Shalene did. But never do we let it derail our intention or our hope or our desire to help the next person, or to learn from that to go to the next. We try the next thing, and you try the next thing. You take responsibility for that, and you learn from it, and you try the next thing. And it's brutal. It's absolutely brutal. And we're allowed to sit here in this room and go through 3 days and super workouts and super training, and know that when we leave here and we're going to invite people, and you're going to try to get people on the Team Cup, and they're going to be like, I don't really need an Apple Watch, or I don't really like the t-shirts that they've got, or I don't really know what the Team Cup's about, and they're going to reject you, and you're going to have to compel them to do it because you are the CEO, and it's brutal. But if we want to reach people, we have be able to handle brutal. No, we don't have to just handle it's hard. I heard Miguel Carrasco on a team call a couple weeks ago, and he was like, you gotta choose your hard. And I'm like, yeah, you gotta choose your hard. We gotta choose our brutal, because it's brutal to do this every day. But you gotta realize, we're trying to change something that nobody has ever done before. And guess what? We gotta be thankful that we get this opportunity. Every problem, every time Shakeology goes out there and explodes, you know what that means? When somebody gets, by the way, whoever the cameraman is who has to like keep the guy in the middle of the thing, good for you, man. You're doing a great job. That he had somebody to chase around that stage because he had a job, and there's still demand for what he does. Every time Shakeology blows up in a box, or somebody goes, man, your customer service sucks, we go, yep, we're going to fix that. And we're constantly going to fix it because we are growing so fast that it's hard to fix it. You have to train new people. But I'm thankful for those problems because it means people want what we have. We got bigger problems. And people are like, man, your customer service is perfect. Why is that? Because I never called them because I never ordered your stuff. That's the problem. So as CEOs, we have to prioritize. What do we do? How do we pick our brutal? How do we prioritize things? Jeff talked about you leave here and like not everything is equal, right? Well, first off, I'm going to ask you, you've got to take care of your health. We can't take that for granted. And again, I always make the point, it's not about your abs, it's not about the way you look in the mirror, but it is about what's going on the inside. It is how you digest food. It is how much extra fat is clinging to your vital organs. It is the example that you're setting for your kids. As CEOs, you have to be the proof. We mean that for real. You have to set the example. And by the way, you know how they say in the airplane, you know, put the oxygen mask on yourself before you put it on your kid? That seems kind of heartless when you hear it. I was like, well, that doesn't seem right. I should save my kid first. Well, you're not going to be any good to anybody if you run out of air before you fix them. So unless you take care of your health first, you're not going to help many people. Second thing you got to take care of is you got to make sure that your cash flow's okay. You got to take care of your wealth. You got to be responsible about it. You don't leave your full-time job before you have enough cash flow and enough confidence that you can do this job full-time. And if you're doing this job full-time as a coach, you have to work it every day as if it's going to disappear tomorrow, because that's the way I do it. When I wake up, I don't take for granted, man. I don't know if Country Heat's going to work. I don't know if Fixate's going to work. I don't know if we'll find traction with the 3-week yoga retreat. I don't know if people are going to like the Core to Force program. And I operate every day like it's going to be completely wholesale rejected, and I've always got plan B, C, D, and E lined up. That's the way you got to operate. This is why we say invite, invite, invite. Because if you only invite, you are screwed. You've got to invite, 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 because 99 out of 100 are going to say no. They're not going to get it. They're not going to care about the money back guarantee. But you will get that 100th, or maybe you'll get that 20th, and maybe you'll have a good run of it, and you'll get 50 out of, you'll be back 50-50, and then you'll go 2 months where you can't get anybody to do it. As the CEO, you constantly have to be drilling wells. You constantly have to be working on it. You have to make sure you're taking care of your business constantly, because then you got your oxygen mask on, your health is in pretty good shape, at least you're on it, you're watching your portions, you're drinking your shake, you're doing your workout. You've got a good cash flow, you're balancing yourself, you're making sure you can take care of the bills. Then you can teach people. Then you can help your team who want to do the same thing. And you do that, you get to Emerald, and you get the 1-star, 2-star, and your 5-star diamond. You've got cash flow going, and it's great. And all of a sudden, You could find yourself in the Million Club. You could find yourself crossing the state. You got more medals around you than Michael Phelps. And you're like, wow, I never expected to be this successful. And I'll see you at a party, and you'll tell me that I changed your life, and you can't believe that you paid off your car and you paid off your house. But you're still not done, because that's when you need to help people who don't have the resources to help themselves. Your work is not done even when you're successful, if you're the CEO. It's not done. Let's talk a little bit about what we've done since we started this thing, and in fact in the last 2 years we've gotten very aggressive about being a company that is never done. We've given over $200,000 to Raincatcher to help them provide a sustainable water and clean water source for people in third world countries. We've given $100,000 to an organization called You Gotta Believe in New York, which does the very difficult task of placing teenagers in foster care into permanent homes. We gave $71,000 to the Red Cross to help with the Calgary fires a little while ago. We've given over $2 million to International Justice Mission to help fight sex abuse and sex slavery. Plus, we've committed another $500,000 in connection with the expansion of Beachbody On Demand International, with $5 for every sign-up internationally. We gave $689,000 to Mission Continues to help transition veterans out of active duty. We gave $586,000 to Upward Bound House to help homeless families get shelter, most of them single moms. And right now, you might not be aware of the Lakota tribe in South Dakota. It's called Pine Ridge, the Native American tribe called Lakota, where there is 85% unemployment, a 70% dropout rate, and 80% diabetes in that population. They don't have a sustainable source of water because it's all been taken out by surrounding corporations. Homelessness is rampant, and we are in the process. Normally we would connect the launch of a product with a charity, and this time we didn't want to confuse things, so we just went ahead and we committed $500,000 to build 20 houses for the Lakota tribe, so that 250 people, including 150 kids, would be sheltered and have water and resources to go to school and live life. $4.3 million in the last 2 years because of the work that you've done. We did that. We did that. Hey, Trevor, if it's possible, if you can put the house lights on, I'd like to see my teammates here. Cool. That's good. Because I want to look in the eye. Because we need to do more. Like, we really got to do more. You have so much power. Like, you blow my mind. When I meet you and you're so grateful and your hearts, and I also see so much power just like evaporating off of you. Like, I see so much untapped power when you get sidetracked by ego, or sidetracked by the wrong stuff that is the little problems, the petty stuff that we're going to solve. I take responsibility for all the stuff, and I promise you, we got a management team that is so world class. We have people come into our company who see the spirit of the business, who see the ability to reconcile and solve problems. You got to know. But we all have to work together to harness our power and do more. Do more for ourselves, our health, our wealth, and then do more for our teams, their health, their wealth, and do more for people who can't do it for themselves. That's part of the job. That's part of being a part of a democracy. You know, I don't like to talk politics, and I'm not gonna, but I am gonna talk about democracy and freedom. And the way democracy and freedom works is, it's not about them. And by them, it's the mess that is what politics has become. It is not about them because we put them in place. We are the ones that have to take responsibility for putting them in place and then holding them accountable for what they do once we put them in place. We can't blame them. We have to blame ourselves. We have to take responsibility for it. And now when we see a problem, we can't step over it and go, well, that's a problem. We need to say, I see that problem now, and I can no longer act like it's not there. You might be aware of my little sort of hallway, my tunnel that I walk into, that's right outside my parking spot. And I have one thing on there, when I walk in, I see all my quotes that I write with a magic marker on the walls. And one of them says, when you see a problem, don't step over it, fix it. And that's the way freedom and democracy works. And that's what it means to be the CEO. You read great stories of Henry Ford or Walt Disney or even Ray Kroc at McDonald's, that when those guys would see a problem, they'd see a candy wrapper, they'd bend over and pick it up. They didn't ask the guy to go bend over and pick it up. There's a reason I wanted to bring my own chair out here. I want to be that guy. And I wanted to sit down. So we need to stop being lazy. And that includes me. There's habits I can break. There's things, little time wasters that I let happen. I'm constantly working to improve it. I need you to also. If you're not on a team cup yet, I don't know how many times we can broadcast it, ask you to do it, and tell you that your teams are 9 times more likely to sign a coach. People who you and your teams have promised will be successful or have an opportunity of success with this business, and yet we have just a little over 5,000 teams. Right? There's probably 5,000 people in here. There's no way that everybody in here is the leader of a team. I mean, there's over 5,000 people in here, which means that something like, I don't know, 25,000 people on team cups. We know that people who are doing the team cup have a 9 times more likely to sign one coach. Get your teams in the cup. This is what we're going to be focusing on. We got to stop being lazy, and we got to use the promotions that we're putting in place. We got to take responsibility for being the ones that put the word out there. We have to all work hard and be the CEO, because it's going to be brutal unless we step up and use the tools that are available to us. We got to participate. We got to lead. You know, there's a line. You ever heard of a musical called Hamilton? Saw it 5 times. I've heard of it. Love it. Love the show. There's one line in an exchange between Alexander Hamilton and Aaron Burr, and where Aaron Burr is notoriously non-committal, because politically he doesn't want to have to pick a side, so that his foes can't take him down for having chosen a side. And Alexander Hamilton says, if you stand for nothing, what will you fall for? And I'm saying to you, stand for this. Stand for your leadership. Stand for wanting to help people achieve their goals and lead healthy, fulfilling lives. You have to stand in your power and stand up for your power. Have belief in what you represent if you truly believe in what you represent. And if you don't, then leave it and find something that you believe in. Don't just do this because Aunt Mary wanted to go Emerald. Do this because you believe in it. But where does your power come from? Look at that consciously. Where does it come from? Ask yourself, who are you? What makes me powerful? Let me tell you what it's not. It's not your diet. It's not your weight. Your weight does not give you any power, and it doesn't sap any of your power. It's not your abs. Your abs are not the source of your power, although core strength is good. You are not your anger. You are not your fear. You are your consciousness. You are your heart. You are the kid who at 3 years old used to smile at people and just want to smile back. You still are that heart. You are the 7-year-old who had dreams and the courage to try them and to talk to people about those dreams with enthusiasm, without fear of being criticized for it. You are still that person. You laughed, you tried stuff, and today You're that same spirit, but maybe you've been hypnotized or tricked into thinking that fear and worry is a safer place to operate. And I think that's a big waste of life. I think that's a big waste of your power and a big waste of your leadership as CEO. I need the 3-year-old back. You need the 3-year-old back. You've been hypnotized into forgetting your true self. But now I'm asking you to be the CEO. You are the CEO of your life. And you are running an operation of helping people be the CEOs of their life. Taking responsibility, being accountable for something with an incredible mission to help people achieve their goals to lead healthy, fulfilling lives. You got to find your power. It's time to step up, pay attention, not act in this abstraction of motivation and cheerleading, but truly engage in what we do. I'm talking about the team cut. I'm talking accountability with the Challenge Tracker app. I'm talking about helping people who have no desire to work out understand what country heat really means. You got to try it. You got to try this program. You got to understand why people who are 300 plus pounds are sending me emails thanking me for creating this program. You got to understand that and not dismiss this thing. You got to take advantage of the challenge packs that are going on special for August. You got to take advantage of and try to understand what the heck we're talking about with this Beachbody Health thing. But it's a real opportunity for you to talk about splitting up to $3 million for people just completing 3 workouts a week and drinking 5 shakes for 4 weeks straight in September. You as the CEO need to leave the abstractions and you need to get tactical. You need to get practical, and we need to take responsibility, because if we don't, it is our fault. And if you don't, it is my fault. And I'm not going to let it be my fault without a fight. So I'm fighting you right now and saying we have got to do better, and we can do better. The opportunity is so big. My heart goes out to you guys because I know you want to create wealth, and I know you know people. They want to pay off their mortgages, they want better cars, they want their kids to go to whatever college that they want, and they don't want to have to encounter incredible, crippling debt to do it, but they just need to find opportunity, and they need to find the energy and the resource to do it. But I'm telling you right now, there is no problem that can't be solved without courage, creativity, resources, and patience. If they could just put those 4 things together and you can convince them that they have that power, you will change the world and you'll love it. You will love this job more than anything. So I want you to engage your inner hero. Get your health in order. Pay attention to your wealth. Be responsible about your cash flow. Then help your team do the same. And when you've achieved all that, when you finally got it going, and you still have that power, because you're going to be a master. You're going to be some like ninja coach. Like seriously, you're going to be like Shakaya Challenge Pack, Shapoosh Beachbody On Demand member. Shapoosh, I think, is a thing. I learned it in Court of Force, Joel and Jericho. Shapoosh. Then when you've done all that, and you're like, wow, I really got this thing. My muscle memory, my reflexes I help people, I can keep talking to them, I can help them move to achieve their goals, their dreams. Then you're gonna keep on going, because then you can, out of that 226 million people that still have demand for what we do, then you can start to give money away. Maybe you've got all the wealth that you need. Then you can start to do things for people who can't help themselves. You can be a part of freedom, a part of democracy. You participate in shaping the world because you become a master of shaping your own. You are a CEO. I am a CEO. I'm no better or worse than you. We are CEOs trying to figure out how to do this job that we threw ourselves into, not knowing that it is brutal. So now what are you going to do with that? What will you do with your power? Today, tomorrow, when you walk out of here, will you forget your spirit? Will you forget your 3-year-old? Will you forget your 7-year-old? Or will you find a way? And I'm asking you, to consciously, I asked you the opening night, Thursday, to write down what program you're going to do. I'm also asking you right now, how will you remember your spirit? How will you remember, find, and remember and hold on to your true self, your heart, and not let yourself get bogged down in the ego and pettiness that will attack you every single day by people who've lost their heart, who've lost their spirit. If nothing else from today, from me, even if you're not successful as a coach, I hope you find a way to reconnect with your heart, to reconnect with your power, and then share that with people. I happen to hope it includes sharing health and fitness with them, but whatever you do, this will have been a successful summit if a small portion of you really do reconnect with your power, don't take it for granted, and you dial it up to 11. Go all the way with it. And then we're going to make this the greatest convention in history, because you're going to go out there and you're going to change the world. So let's be CEOs, Shannon. It starts now. It starts today. There's a core over there. You can still get the stuff.